Welcome to Mesh.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Mesh live IG interview series. And I'm sorry I was tripping over my words, but my name is Brian Pierre. I am a co-host for Mesh. We are a music, entertainment, social hub. And what we do is we take creatives and bring them into community through our collective. And we do that through several ways. The first way is what we're doing right now, an IG live interview with different creatives from different fields. And then we also have a podcast, which episodes are being released. So you can go to any podcast application and you can find Mesh the Podcast. And also we have a networking platform that will be released where you can communicate directly with other creatives from around the world, from different recruiters and anybody that is inside of the industry and outside of the industry that participates in art. Now, when I say creative, that means people from in front of the camera to all the way behind the scenes, people working in lights, people working on the engineering board, to the performers that are on stage. Even if you sing background, playing the drums, whatever, you are creative, this place is for you. And we want to create a safe space for you to feel encouraged and empowered in what you do. And so I am super duper excited for our guest this evening. When I say creative, this person has creativity coming out of the fingertips. And every word for me specifically is so uplifting and encouraging in a time where things have been so negative. And that's where I found our guest this evening. I was actually watching a YouTube series, and there was a review of that series inside of the episode. And that's where I saw our guest give beautiful commentary and hilarious and entertaining, but also uplifting at the end of the day. And it's hard to find that, especially when it was during the pandemic and all the craziness was happening. So that stuck out to me as a person who believes in positivity and building community. So I was a fan immediately. And I went back to all the old posts and saw all of the amazing humor that our guest has. And I'm just so happy to share with you the gift that is, the personality that is, the singer that is, the content creator that is Imani Vanzap. And so I'm going to bring her into the conversation, you all, and I can't wait. Wonderful, uplifting, and talented creative force known as Imani Vanzap.
Hey! What's going on?
I am having a wonderful time being able to talk to you.
Oh,
so I'm super excited.
I'm glad to
How
be
are
here.
you?
Thank you for having me. I'm wonderful. Really excited to be here and talk to you. This is an honor. I love these interviews, podcast interviews and IG interviews. So yeah, I'm ready to do it.
Awesome. Well, like I said in the beginning, our focus is really to take creatives and bring them into community. And you are so creative to me in everything that you do, and your drive for excellence and for your own personal goals is very, very encouraging.
Thank you.
So I would like for people to kind of get to know your start and your journey to where you are, and then where you're going next, so that we can join into your journey and support you as much as you've supported so many other people. So,
wow, thank you. Where you want to start
from the
at?
beginning.
Where's that? There's a lot of.
So
I have a wild story.
What was Imani's introduction into the industry?
Imani's introduction into the industry was by way of Instagram. So it was about maybe 3 years ago. I remember the very first video. And very first video, very first follower.
Oh, wow.
I remember all of that. And it took a while, about 3 years in the making now. And pretty much it's just been a journey of love and empathy and truth and all things that I think that the world is lacking right now. Joy, peace, all of those wonderful things. And so that's pretty much how everything started, with just trying to build a platform that is bringing back the things I think that we have lost.
Okay.
Which is about humanity. And so it's just been a lot of fun. A lot of it just started out on Instagram, and then that ended up going into YouTube by way of Chasing Reality, which I was kind of like I think they were kind of trying to make me like a Iyanla Vanzant / Andy Cohen.
Yeah.
On that show. So yeah.
I saw that. Yeah.
And same thing with that. It just kind of started out with being just commentary at the middle of the episode to kind of just say what I saw. And a lot of it was about, hey, I see all that, Dawn, my people are here.
Yes.
And so a lot of that was just trying to get people to see a different side of themselves. I think when it comes down to reality TV in particular, that a lot of people, they get so caught up in the drama and they stay there.
Yeah.
I ain't about that. You know, after a while I had to leave. Yeah, they started coming for me. I was like, oh, okay, no, wait a minute. Now hold on, wait.
Yes.
Y'all ain't gonna be dragging me by my edges. That's not how they're supposed to go. So I'm getting out of here.
Yeah.
But it was a fun ride. And after Instagram ended up going to, to be honest with you, everything seemed to kind of dry up. Wow. I made a really nice move on there, but it just, you know, when you're trying to pursue your dreams, your goals and whatnot, you're going to hit dry spells.
Yeah.
And there were some opportunities that had arisen probably about maybe 2 years into it, right after Chasing Reality. And I had gotten an opportunity to be, there was an opportunity presented to me to be a part of an excerpt of a special that they were doing on this Emmy Award-winning show. That's all I'm gonna say.
Okay.
And because I don't want to put them on blast. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I mean, this is the industry. You know.
Industry,
yes. I had recorded my segments, and you know, at that time, you know, my nephew Eric Dillard, who we'll talk about at some point, I'm sure.
Yes.
I had been working on makeup, so makeup was looking real good, and the set was looking real nice. And when the show aired, they didn't put the clip in it. And it just shattered me and nephew. It was hard. And from there, it's kind of like, where do you go? You know, if this Emmy Award-winning show doesn't want me, who's going to want me out here? Who's going to want to hear what I have to say? And it really reached the point where I had to get nephew together. He was wanting to give up and everything. I was like, no, wait a minute now. We're going to be all right. You're tripping now. Go get a brush and put my makeup on, you know? Yeah. And so we picked everything back up. Got onto TikTok, which I reluctantly got on because so many people, they kind of down TikTok and think it's just, you know, it's trivial, it's stupid, it's whatever. TikTok literally changed my life. Wow. I got on TikTok and within 3 months had 600,000 people. And now I'm getting ready to hit 1 million. And so it just goes to show you really cannot give up. Yes. Don't ever think about what you're doing as being too small. Don't. Yes. Believe in your dream and go for it no matter how much it seems like it's not going to come to pass. If it's your passion, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's worth it. I heard that. Yeah, thank you for this wisdom. That's why you're here. You have so much wisdom, and you drop so many nuggets. That's why I'm like,
I talk too much. You tell me when to shut up. It's okay. You can tell me when to shut up.
No. You want me to shut up today. You're going to talk. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to bring you here is because we've talked to, you know, actors, singers, background singers, people who do music, create music, children's books, and things like that. And so I have had conversations about social media and its presence in the lives of creatives and artists. But we haven't had someone who is a full-time content creator who has made their way. And so I really wanted to bring you on to be the face of that for this community to talk to us about that journey of not giving up. Like, what does that look like? I know for me, I tried to do some YouTube videos back in the day and try to do some posts here and there, but I just get wore out. And I gave up, you know, in certain points. And I think about going back to it again, but how did you not throw it away, you know, after not seeing growth and just keep doing content after content? Like, where does that drive come from and what does that look like for you?
Let's see. How do I want to answer this? Okay, let me do it like this. So I'm going to go back to him. Everybody knows my nephew, Eric Dillard.
Okay.
ERIKDILLARD.
And follow.
And follow, please. I done finally got him to stop doing thirst trap. So it's wholesome. You can go there now. Okay. But Eric has been doing social media for years, for probably about 15 years. Wow. And it started out on YouTube. Did pretty good as there. I see that you're a vocal coach as well. Yeah. So his nephew.
Do a little bit.
That's what we all say. You sing the paint off the walls. I ain't trying to hear that. So you know, he started out on YouTube as a vocal coach and doing this thing over there. Made a nice little splash over there, but it was more based on skill and not passion. So one of the first things that I would suggest for anyone wanting to get into the social media space, what is your passion?
Mm-hmm.
Your skill or your quirk or whatever shtick you're putting together, you're gonna do fine with that. I mean, that's gonna be okay. But after a while, it's gonna burn you out.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of times where people get burnt out is because you are trying to capitalize off of something that you're good at and not something that you love. Because you don't know when the door is going to open. You don't know. Hey, everybody, you don't know when the door is going to open. So because you don't know when the door is going to open, you have to do, I suggest, finding something to do that constantly taps into that joyful part of yourself.
Mm-hmm.
And so it started out, vocal training and all that kind of stuff, and then doing short films. He stayed in Japan for a while and taught over there.
Come on,
And
international.
yeah, he's a passport, he's on a second passport now and all that kind of stuff. So he's doing it, But he did it. Went from doing what you're good at to then I need to find what I love. And for that, it's helping people. It's having conversations like this. I can do this all day.
Yeah.
I can do this all day. And so once he finally said, okay, he got mad one day because life wasn't going the way he wanted it to. And there were a lot of police shootings that were being put into it. Yeah, there was a lot of things. I mean, not to say that it doesn't happen now, but at this one time, it just seemed like it was every week something was happening. And he just got tired of it. And so he didn't know it. But he picked up a wig, cut half of it off, because in the beginning, it kind of started out as a spoof of the amazing Iyanla Vanzap, And then from there, he didn't know it, but then this energy took over.
Yeah.
So which brings us to where we are today. And so it's been a long road, many disappointments. I'm always encouraging him, always letting him know, keep going. And that's what I want to say to all of you. If you have a platform, if you have a dream, anything that you want to do, it's worth it. It is. You are going to run out of money. You're going to run out of support. You're going to run out of food. Sometimes, I don't know, whatever it is, you're going to hit lack. That's part of the process. The reason why that's going on is because life is resetting for your passion. I say that it's kind of like a pot of sauce. Ooh, somebody said they want me to come to Spain. Please let me know. I want to go. I would love to come to Spain. I call it the pot analogy, the sauce pot. And so imagine if you have a big pot of sauce and you're stirring it in one direction. You've been used to stirring it in one direction for a good while. And then you're like, you know what? I want to change directions. As soon as you change directions, it doesn't instantly flow.
Right.
It's going to splatter. You're going to probably try to clean some stuff up. It may get on you, may burn you a little bit. A lot of things are going to happen before you get the momentum. As one of my really good friends, Georgie, says, you're going to get the momentum to take that ladle or spoon or whatever and turn it back into the other direction. It doesn't happen immediately. Yes. So you've got to be okay with that. When you're okay with the fact that it doesn't happen immediately, you won't get so disappointed all the time. You won't get so burnt out all the time. So it's just a process.
Yes. Yes. Thank you for that. I mean,
You're welcome.
I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, okay, please do.
I didn't do it because of. I think I thought I started from a place of passion, like this is what I like to do. Yeah. But then I realized it was more of just expressing another part of my creativity. And so the burnout came, and I was like, But I will say that it helped me to see the other places in my life where that purpose and that desire and that passion is, and it was more in-person settings and creating a vocal community, a vocal group. So I although I didn't finish in that direction, it helped me to go into the right one. So I'm excited. Thank you for that encouragement.
You're welcome.
First of all, the people going up.
They're going in. Listen. Made me feel good. Thank you.
Yes, I'm telling you, I'm trying to bring you into this community because you have so much light to offer everybody here. And I just, because I don't really stand people for real.
I'm being stand right now. Oh,
yeah, I don't stand people for real.
Wow. But I take that to heart.
My husband, he was like, "Wait a minute, you're doing an interview with Imani, the one you want?" And I said, "Yes." He was like, "Are you excited?" I was like,
"Am I excited?
Don't I look excited?" I mean, just over
the birds fly.
I want to really share people, what inspires me and what lifts me up, and to have somebody who just constantly shares positivity.
Yeah.
And it's not a forced thing. It
No.
comes from your heart, and heart
Mm-hmm.
recognizes heart. And so
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try to elevate in my spaces as much as I possibly can. And I hope everybody watching does the same for people who bring light and inspiration to you. Try your best to elevate those people. And I feel like the reaction to that will be just a much more beautiful space for everybody.
Yeah. It's the platform, the way that it went, got on TikTok at first, and even TikTok in the beginning didn't pop. You know, it was kind of like, yeah, you know, I put a couple of videos out there. I was like, let me do some advice videos or whatever. And lucky for me, they had a feature called the duet.
Uh-huh.
That, and I kid you not, it was something that I literally had, I didn't even know that it was
Yeah.
on there. And I've loved these moments of talking to people and doing interviews and things like that. And so when I saw that duet feature, I was like, let me see what I can do with this. And literally just started basically just watching. It's really like you're just watching me watch TikTok videos.
Yeah.
And in doing that, not only can I enjoy the video that's there, but there have been countless times where I've been able to, especially now, and I'm thankful for it, able to birth new beginnings for people by way of just duetting their video. You know, if you cook, if you sing, if you have a inspirational word, if you're into fashion, if you're whatever, it doesn't matter. If I get a lot of requests to duet videos, but I do so many videos that I don't really take a lot of requests because I want to be inspired too.
Yeah.
It is very organic for me, very authentic. So my nephew will go out there and put them in the queue for me, and then next thing you know, I'll go out there and I'll duet the videos. And by way of that feature on that app, it allowed me to consistently and relentlessly encourage people and lift people up. There are so many broken people in this world, so many people that are feeling pain. And like you mentioned, a lot of this was birthed during the pandemic. So many people have lost hope. Even when I'm on TikTok, it sounds funny, but there's so many people out there. I'm in my villain era. I'm dark now. I'm angry. I'm giving up. I don't want to do nothing.
I'm a troll on purpose.
I'm a troll. Yeah, you know, all that kind of stuff. And the thing is, I get the joke in it. Your subconscious doesn't know that.
Yeah.
So when you say things, when we say things about ourselves, if it is negative, your subconscious doesn't know it's a joke. Next thing you know, you're swindling and being a shyster and hating everybody. You said you was in your villain era.
Yeah. Yeah. You spoke it to life.
You know, and so it's like you put it out there. So if you put it out there, your subconscious is just going to grab to it and it's going to do just that.
Yes.
So no, you're not in your villain era. You're in your victorious era.
Yes.
Call it what it is. Teach your mind how to process your thoughts. The very next peanut butter and jelly sandwich that you eat is in the direction of your passion. That's how this thing works.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know that. So if I can, by way of my platform, which I'm very thankful for, we're at about almost 900,000 now. We're knocking on 900K's door. If I can continue to create an environment where people can love themselves, where people can laugh, people can just get away for a moment, and not in just some numbing way, but laugh about something that is going to honestly edify you. You know what I mean? Like, it's a really cool thing. If I can keep that kind of energy going, I believe that I'm doing my part in the planet to help start this new wave of consciousness that I believe that we're going into.
Okay.
Yeah, I cracked my. Oh, I didn't even tell you about that too. This was an accident.
Yeah.
An accident. In fact, let me see the other one here. So yeah, let me tell you this. So Become, this whole thing.
Yeah.
Become is really what made me famous.
Okay. Yeah.
All right, here we go. Quick story. So the lights get hot, and I was like, nephew, give me a fan because I can't. These lights are tearing me up. So nephew goes to Amazon and gets this cheap little $10 fan. Okay. And so I'm watching, you know, all these fashion videos and people transforming their makeup and stuff like that. And it just, my friend the president is here. Hi. One of my biggest supporters. That I just love him so much. And so I'm sitting there and I'm watching all these transformation videos. And then, I don't know, it was like, I felt like people were becoming something different. I felt like the makeup was making them step outside of themselves. And so I just, you know, I'm really good for coming up with phrases. So I said, become. And I did not know. I did it one time. And I kid you not, it was like a brush fire went off.
Wow.
Now we are going into our third year of the Become Merchandising Company, Empowerment Company, where we have fans. Go to the website, everybody, please. Get
Yes.
something. ImaniVanzap.com. I need, we get 10 sales a day, so y'all can start me out. Don't make me work too hard tonight. Don't do it. So, but we have fans. It started out with fans. That turned into T-shirts.
And you have international shipping for our international?
We have now. It is higher. It is
Okay.
higher, but we do international shipping. So just when you go to the shipping area, if you fill out accordingly, it'll be a little bit higher, but it's worth it.
But we need to become all the way over here in Europe too.
Yes. So please.
And you need to become all the way over here yourself.
I want to. But it started out. It started out as I don't even want to say a joke. It was just a big on. And somebody said in the comments, if you put, I mean, I'm getting chills thinking about it. They said, Miss Imani, if you put Become on any piece of merchandise and you start selling it, I'm gonna buy it. And I'm like, so I was like, me and nephew had a meeting.
Yeah.
You know what they said. Nephew was like, I know. I said, well, let's try it. Let's see what happens. Put it on a fan, and they sold like hotcakes.
That is crazy.
Our biggest problem is that we can't keep merchandise in-house long enough. It sells out all the time.
Yeah.
So
that's a great problem to have.
Yeah, that's great. I'm glad I'm not trying to still sell out the first box I got,
Okay.
So yeah, but even with that, you don't know where your success is going to come from.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I say again, I think it bears repeating, if you are passionate about something, lean into that passion with everything that you have.
Yeah.
Have fun doing what you do. It's going to get hard. That's just life. Lean into it. And I kid you not, if you lean in with all of your might, various streams of income are literally just going to just open up in front of you.
Yeah.
You won't even have to think about it. Somebody will give you an idea. If you sell that, I buy it. If you sell that, I buy it. Before you know it, you got 20 products, and then you can become a full-time content creator. So all of this started in Atlanta. This phase of creativity started in Atlanta, which then after a while, because of just got a record deal with I Am House Records with Georgie Porgy, world-renowned producer who's done like stuff for Michael Jackson, Destiny's Child, all of that. And that turned into I can't say some of the stuff because we're still in works, but a lot of other doors are opening up. And we're having meetings right now. I'm preparing to fly to LA soon for some different things that are coming up. So it's a lot. Yeah.
Well, when you fly to LA, do you need because there's a podcast in person thing that needs to happen.
Let's do it.
So
I'm gonna let you be the first one I tell. We're gonna sit down and talk it up together. I want to do it. So yeah, it's just a lot of doors are opening up, and all of that is because I'll say this: I decided to move scared. I didn't know how a lot of this stuff was gonna come out. I didn't know in terms of how nephew was improving on makeup. I say this humbly. I didn't know all this was going to happen. This started out a completely different way.
Okay.
But you got to keep going. Go for it. And I said this the other day. Style is instant and it's over in a day. Substance takes time. Take time.
Yes.
Take your time building what you want to build. Go the extra mile. Everyone else that's on social media right now, a lot of other people, I tell them all the time, if you make a video where you made a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, you smack yourself in the face with it, a million people are going to watch it.
Yeah.
They are. It's going to go viral instantly. You go out there and you just stub your toe just for the hell of it, and you're screaming. A lot of people are going to watch that video.
Yeah.
And then what a lot of people do is they end up chasing that number.
Yeah.
So you went viral, but did you make an impact? You're chasing
the viral. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You went viral, but did you make an impact? When you make an impact, it's different. When you make an impact is going to have ebb and flow to it, but it'll be honest. So even on the days where ain't nobody watching, the days where, you know what I'm saying, where you don't have enough product, whatever it is. Travis is so crazy. That's my baby. Hey, Robin, I see you too. On the days where you just can't do it. Nephew had a really rough week last week. And there's some days where you're just like, I just can't. I'm done. And on those times when you got to dig deeper.
Yeah.
You can't look at your numbers and say, oh, well, no one followed this week. You come up with a new idea.
Okay.
That's the job. I can talk all day. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No. Are you kidding me? Okay, because listen, every question that I want to ask, you just begin to answer it before I can even get to it. So I am loving this process.
Thank you so
because
much.
I don't have to do anything but just receive. Because you preached just a few seconds ago, and you know, hallelujah, amen.
Yeah.
But I do want to talk a little bit more about your music, because your voice, when you do your side-by-side duets and you sing along with them and instantly harmonize, but not just instantly harmonize, you instantly harmonize up top. Up top.
Not
you
just
give me
there.
all of the soprano, and I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Where did you get where did that voice come from?
Well, needless to say, I'm a church kid,
Mm-hmm.
and being a church kid, there's a few things with this actually. Being a church kid is something that a lot of people share. You know, that a lot of us, we come from there in some sort of way. Even if you don't go to church anymore, I don't go to church anymore. And it's fine. I've reconciled what that means. I'm more spiritual now. I have a very different view on how I see God and love and all that kind of stuff. But when it came down to music, by way of having to teach higher parts all the time, you gain a proficiency in your falsetto.
Yeah.
And, you know, when I'm thinking about, you know, things like my mom and just different ones that have been very musically influential over me, I would emulate a lot of those sounds. I would emulate a lot of those notes. I had people that I would sing with, and part of the humor in the creativity of music was trying to find a higher note above the person next to you. We would just do it for fun. And so I did not know that it was going to eventually one day become one of the things that set me apart, even in the music industry. So I started out in church. That went into doing classical training in school. And then from there, it went into, okay, now let's become an independent artist. So there are some independent records that are out there on that, you know, I wasn't here yet, so Nephew was doing them. Then you go out there on like on iTunes and whatnot, just look up Eric Dillard, ErikDillard. And that went in then, that went into a dark place where the music is not doing what we wanted to do. So you're putting together records, you're selling them, you're doing what you got to do, and no one's buying them. No one's really biting. No one's really, they're not, it's like a bomb, for lack of a better example, a bomb that you're thinking is really going to make an impact. Oh, this thing is going to clear. And then the detonator gets down to the end and it fizzles out like an Acme Looney Tunes thing, like it doesn't do anything. And you can only go through that so many times until you really get discouraged and you're like, forget it. I ain't doing none of this no more. And so that's kind of what happened. I'd like to say in that moment was when I found my own voice. Because then when you come back, something is going to happen in your life. I don't know who's watching this. I don't know who needs this little bit right here. I'm coming to help somebody out. You better pull pull your prayer cloth over you. I know that's fair. Yes. Something is going to happen in your life. You're going to hit a struggle. It could be money. It could be a job. It could be a living situation. Whatever it may, a relationship. You are going to hit something that is going to ignite your inner song. You're going to hit something that is going to ignite your inner song, the real song inside. When that happens, go with it. And that's what I want singers to do. It's not about just being able to run all up and down the scale. That's the easy part. Where's your conviction? Where's your conviction? What do you really have to? And I say, a lot of singers today, you know, you hear about where are the good singers. And what it is, a lot of people have gotten famous on their phones in their room. They didn't go through the trenches like a lot of us did, where you got to stand up in front of a crowd. You got to move these people. You know, you got to call somebody to react, all that kind of stuff. And a lot of people don't have that. They will sit on you. They will sit on. Listen, like the school I come from, they say, don't ever make the crowd happy twice. Happy you got up and happy you sat down. Don't do that. Don't do it. Always make them happy and then mad that you had to sit down, you know, that you didn't sing long enough or whatever. So a lot of people don't understand what it is like to actually push into an audience and to use the conviction of your story and your sound. This is my baby George. Hi, George. I love George so much. Yeah. I'm calling people out all over the place. But
please do.
Yeah, you have to use the conviction of sound. Okay, you have to use the conviction of your sound and your song to make a difference in the world, and that's how you do it. I'm not really a runny singer or anything like that. I'm more of like your flat-footed. Let me say this. Everyone is applauding Shirley Ralph.
Yes.
Because she just won her first Emmy. And so she just won it. And what better way to represent yourself in your moment by way of your sound in your song. All she said, I am an artist, and she just sang from her soul, and it moved the crowd. Yeah. That is what the world is lacking. That's why a lot of artists, they get signed off of these apps, and no shade. They get signed off of Instagram, signed off of TikTok, and then you go to a crowd, and everybody's like, because you haven't had to work for. You can tell in someone's sound and how they're singing that they work to get there. Yeah. And it's just hard, and it's just something you just got to go through. So, I mean, I could go every which way with this, but that's kind of what sparked my love for music again. You know, having lost my joy for it, picked it back up again, got on TikTok. There were enough videos I was able to do the whole duet thing with it. It caught the attention of Georgie Porgy, world-renowned producer, who just hit me up. I was in a live one night. He said, "Hey, I want to sign you." I'm like, okay. What? And next thing you know, we're on a conference call.
From a live video.
From a live, just like this.
I receive it.
From a live, just like this. I'm telling you, right now we've been fluctuating between 16 and 20 people. You do not know who is in that number. Never look at the number and think, and first of all, if 15 people walked into this room, that's a lot of people.
That's a lot of
So we should never look at the number and think that, oh, because I don't have 1,000 people watching me, that, you know what I mean? Yeah. Enjoy what you got. Oprah could be here right now. Don't ever think that what you're doing is so small that somebody's not watching you. There are people that are watching you that are haters, they're easy or whatever, but there are people that are watching you that are influential and they can take you places. Yeah. Always be able to perform for an audience of one. There were many times in the beginning where I had to perform for an audience of one. Perform like it's 1 million people. That's how you know that you're ready. If you can only perform there's 1 million people, eventually you'll fall on your face.
That part.
I'm just saying.
Okay. Become.
Become. I'll say.
Now, speaking of Become, so that your music career has progressed to the point to where now you have out new music, Become. And so, what are you doing with your music portion of your career at this point? At this point
right now, so it's the Become song. Anna Quay, hi, how you doing? That's my friend from RuPaul's Drag Race Canada, I believe. Yeah, beautiful person. Hey. So, what was I going to say? It's okay. So now with music, there's a tethering that's happening right now where Become is not done. It's still moving. It's still. I mean, the song has been out for, I think, almost 2 months or something like that, and it has been just charging through. DJs are still picking it up. Clubs are still picking it up. There's a project that we are working on right now where the song is potentially going to be featured. So we're still working on that right now. Now we're at the point of getting ready to go on to the next single and the next video and whatnot. So I signed a multi-song deal. Not necessarily, it's a record deal, yes, but not in the sense of like a full album because the world kind of doesn't work like that anymore. Yeah. But now it's going to be, now it's going to be more of, let's get these moments out there, these musical moments out there. So the next song is pretty much going to be what follows Become. We don't know what the title is yet, but that's what we're working on now. Super.
Well, I'm excited and I can't wait until you drop that. Boop. Now, as a personality, I saw that recently you had some places on like Foxhole and things like that. So how was that experience? And do you have more things like that planned and coming up?
Foxhole was amazing, and it was very touching because it was the first TV network, even though it was the streaming part of it, it's still Fox, it was the first TV/streaming network that saw me the same way that Georgie did and said, "We want to bring you out here." Next thing I know, I'm on a plane, and next thing I know, I'm in a hotel, and I say this thankfully, I paid for none of it. Yeah. And so I still say, you got to keep going. Yeah. There are people that have resources there are so many miracles that are ready to unleash in the spirit for you. I don't know how people believe out here, but I'm a very spiritual person. There are miracles and blessings that are just literally right there, yours. Your name is on them. The only thing that they're waiting on is for you to get on board and say, I want it. And to unlock your faith so that they will just literally crack like a cloud and just rain upon you. And so, yes, it started with Foxhole, going there and interviewing with the cast of the house. And with the studio that we were in is owned by Howie Mandel. And so just knowing that I'm walking into these places now where there are long-standing names in Hollywood that are responsible for the experience that I'm having. Amazing thing. I loved it. They took good care of me. They respected my art. They brought nephew on and let him interview for a little while too.
Okay.
So it's yeah, it's been a wonderful journey being able to present both sides of it.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I've loved
And
it.
for people to see the fullness of your art, creativity, and respect the beginning to the end of the process.
Yeah.
And yeah. That's
it's not easy.
Wonderful.
It's not easy. I know we make it look really easy, but it's not easy. You know, I'm still a human being like anybody else. I'm thankful that there are so many people that have kind of, drank the Imani juice, if you will. I'm glad for that. But by the same token, we have to wake up every day and get out here and decide to make something of your life. You have to sometimes argue with people. You have to sometimes shift money around. I mean, it's life. You know, I think a lot of people think that the success of becoming a full-time content creator means you're instantly a millionaire. No, if anything, it's harder because you don't have a corporation that's giving you a steady paycheck every 2 weeks.
Yes.
You know, there are a lot of stable things that we have been taught are the right thing to do that you don't have anymore. And you become your corporation.
Yes.
You become your HR department. You are the first line of defense of everything you've got going on. It's not easy.
No.
It's not easy. But just because it's not easy doesn't mean that it can't be enjoyable. So even when you're going after your dreams, always find a reason to smile in the storm. Always.
Yes. And obviously, when you do it like you're describing, opportunities come taking you over.
They do.
And
More,
from
but you receive
lives
blessings,
and
you don't have room
everything.
enough to receive. Yeah.
Okay.
That's what it's about.
Yes. And everything that you're saying, I'm receiving, and I hope everybody who's listening, I hope y'all receiving too.
I know a little something. I don't know everything, but I know a couple
I'm gonna come
things.
back on here and testify. Now,
Yeah.
your journey, you've mentioned Eric, and I know that in music specifically, what a supportive community can look like when you're evolving into your dreams or on your journey. What has community looked like for you in your specific journey? Because you're a content creator, so a lot of the things you're doing in person, and you talked about encouraging people, but is there physical community or virtual community around you that you tap into and use or support?
It started virtually. You know, everything has more of a virtual start just because of the way things have been. But that is becoming more physical. And I will say that it's been interesting. You know, being out there, walking out, either whether they see nephew or auntie. I think it's really been touching that they see nephew when they notice him. This is a lot of people, they find the energy and they do their thing, and they're only known as that, as their male side, they disappear. And so I've been touched at a lot of, you know what I mean? And that's very real. I'm so glad that a lot of people, they still acknowledge nephew. And I think that just giving Eric a space in all of this so that he has a voice in all of this has been one of the greatest things ever. So that they know that, again, it keeps the human quality to all of it. So that's kind of what it's been, that the human element is building that interpersonal direct contact. you see them, you know, it's just, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yes. That's why for me it was important for you to talk about nephew, you know, here today, because that's really the full picture, and the creativity that exists is mind blowing for me. So
thank you so much.
I'm so appreciative, and
listen, it's a pleasure.
I'm so happy that we had this opportunity to
Me
have
too.
this public conversation, and I can gush over you and just tell you how much I admire
cute.
you.
Your husband's a very lucky man because you're very handsome.
Well,
I almost had to whip my fan out a couple times, and now I couldn't look at you. I said, "Wait a minute, I can't be left up no man's husband. I can't do it. I can't do it."
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Thank you. You're gonna make me blessed.
And I want to say this. I want to make sure I say this too. I want to say this too. I want to make sure that I thank your husband because, and I know you know this, when you're going after your dream, support is, I'm recently divorced and still in beautiful communication, you know, with my ex-husband and all that wonderful stuff. But I'm really thankful for you having a loving support base. And just if he's going to watch this later, what's his name?
Dennis,
listen, if you're going to watch this later, I thank you for supporting Brian and just continue to hold him up. He's going to need you as you're going hard for your dreams. Things get so excruciatingly difficult at certain times. And Dennis, he's going to need your support and make sure that you just stay in love, stay laughing, both of you. Yeah. Stay laughing. The more you can laugh, it bonds you together. Yeah. Laugh as much as you possibly can. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. From the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I did want to drop a little tea for you.
Okay.
I was watching Chasing Reality just because I liked to watch it. Because it gives me a taste of home living here in Europe. But I watched it and I didn't know that the executive producer was my former student. So Andario, I was his course teacher in middle school in Atlanta.
Oh, I didn't even know Andario used to sing. I can't believe he kept that from me. Andario kept that from me. He didn't tell me he used to sing. What? Okay. That's cool. I didn't know. That's new tea for me too.
Existed in middle school. And I was like,
I bet it did. I bet it did.
Sing this note, though.
Listen, okay. I know you're upset, but there we go. Hit that G.
Okay. That part. Well,
Hit it right
Imani,
now.
I want to thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
For your inspiration, for your encouragement.
Yeah.
Y'all, please follow Imani, please, on Instagram. Follow her on TikTok. But don't just follow, receive. Just like you've been able to receive right now, this is the joy and encouragement and the entertainment that you'll be able to receive on a daily basis. Fill your timeline with positivity and people who are going to help you become your better self. So, Imani, again, I give you your flowers on today. I'm going to post a video when I get my fan because I'm going to practice.
Okay.
Because, you know, Beyonce gave me that nasty song and I can pop it.
Okay, so she already done set it. She's helping me out. She already done set it up. So please, if you're on this live, go to the website, ImaniVanzap.com, and just anything that you buy out there. We've got fans. Our coasters are coming in this week. We have, our mugs, white, pink, and gold. The gold one is everything. Are coming in this week, and then we got coasters too. Yes. But please buy something. As we've been saying in this live, I am a full-time content creator, and so everything that you buy helps me to fight another day. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And all of you who are guests here, please feel free to follow the channel. And become a part of our Mesh family. If you're creative, this is a place for you to receive encouragement like you did today and connect with other creatives, and let's make this world a better place.
Let's do it.
All right. Much love to you. Much love to everyone. You guys have a wonderful weekend.
Okay. Thank
soon.
you. Bye,
Thank you so much, Imani.
Thank you. I love you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Welcome to Mesh.